Hey, how we doing? I don't know why I'm live. I plan to record a YouTube video doing this, and then I was like, man, why not just go live? That's what we've been doing the last 3 days in a row. So let me see here. I'm gonna be working on stuff. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Fucking StreamYard. Know what I mean? Hey, how you doing, bud? Zariah. His name is Miles Gaskin. Nice haircut, Pete. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think it's very dapper. It got to the point where literally, and I think I've told this story in too many places now, but an old woman was literally following me around a store begging to cut my hair. She couldn't stand it. And I was like, it's probably time. So yeah, I sat down and my wife and my daughter actually just got scissors and made it short again. That's the haircut. It gets long, it gets short. Take on the Jacoby Harris pick. Yeah, I don't know who Jacoby Harris is. I just filled it in on the sheet. I was like, okay, there's a wide receiver I need to go learn more about. I do feel like the Jets, Ravens, and who else? Baltimore got together and were like, you know what? Let's make him pay full price for those guys. So Brevin Jordan went to Houston. It's kind of interesting. Another team that I don't particularly like investing in, but Brevin Jordan's interesting. I'm honestly just trying to keep up with the name so I don't have to do it all in one later, because that's what I ended up doing last year. And it kind of sucked. Pretty easy just doing it one at a time, although it's kind of weird sitting here and typing it all out instead of scraping on nothing. But it's actually a lot easier, and I've already got the sheets tied up. I've already updated if anyone actually uses my database at this point. Actually, I think a lot of people are using it. Oh, a kicker went. Nice. I've already updated it for rounds 1 to 3, so you can see what the draft capital did to people's results and stuff like that. And I'm trying to work on ranks a little bit as well, but it's kind of hard without knowing the full context. I do think this might be a year we're taking wide receivers over running backs, which is always a little awkward. Analytically, that's always meant to be a bad decision in rookie drafts. But, oh, there goes Kenneth Gainwell. Nice. Good for him. Round 5 draft capital. I mean, what is that? Take 150? I mean, Jones could do it. You know? Philadelphia. Oh, Philadelphia. That's interesting. I'm looking up his ID, so I'm going to have to go do it for it. You want to see the chat while I'm working on this, because I've got the draft board up for you guys on the screen I'd use otherwise. So, Kenny Gainwell, all right. CFB prefers to call him Kenny Gainwell. There you go. Those IDs in there. How we doing? Dave Toronto, FF8. How you doing? Gainwell to Philly. Oh my God, no. Yeah. Well, it's already in the 5th round. Yeah, I prefer Miles Sanders, to be clear. Gainwell's someone I called on. It's just a little hard to bet on. A running back hasn't played in so long, but that one season he had was pretty fantastic. Behind Sanders, yeah, it's not great. I would remember, it's difficult to do this. I've looked at trying to adjust per class, right? So the wide receivers and running backs are getting selected remarkably lower than in last year's draft for many different reasons. One of them is the strengths and weaknesses of the class and different positions. Now, the NFL tends to draft by position. And so, by and large, saying, you know, Kenny Gainwell's going in the 5th round isn't the same as Kenny Gainwell going in the 5th round last year is true, but it's not true because they really do reach on players because they don't look at positional value, or most teams, a lot of teams don't look at positional value as well as they should. So, by and large, a 5th round pick is a 5th round pick, but it is true that we can keep in our heads that a 5th round pick is kind of better than a 5th round pick last year. It's like a 4th round pick last year, you know. It's not it's still not where you want it. But so yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, let me show you. So I've updated the market share database for the first 3 rounds, at least, like I said. And this is what happens to my wide receivers. And like Chaterius Atwell here, that's Tutu Atwell for those that don't know. Those that don't know. He's ranked as wide receiver 3 in the class by my post-draft model. That's he's meant to be pushed down real hard by getting 3rd or 4th round draft capital, and then I get him for free in the 2nd or 3rd. That's what's meant to happen. I still think no one else is going to go in on him because he's built like a 14-year-old basketball player. But I know that was a really weird pick. I'm going to agree with everyone. I actually bit. Shane is the worst. Wonderful man. I love how grumpy and upset he normally is. But I was on the DLF live stream when that happened, and just everyone at once was like, that doesn't make any sense. He sucks. And I just kind of, like, I needed to be in a positive environment at that point, and I was not. And everyone hated it. And so I kind of bit whoever was talking. I bit their head off, and it happened to be Shane is the worst. And I feel bad about it because I get that. I get it. It's a weird draft pick. The Ravens are being weird, but like, wouldn't it be so great? Like, this class is the one that proves that size doesn't matter, like, at all. Like, that's what that would mean, I think. But yeah, chairs. I don't know what to do with them. I am working on ranks a little bit, but like I say, it's a little hard. I mean, Chuba just got drafted. Add to someone not great, if I remember right. He's getting pushed behind someone. Where'd he go? I have to look at my other sheet here. Into Carolina. Yeah, he's going to go sit behind Christian McCaffrey, I guess. I mean, it worked out for Mike Davis. Say that. I don't think that's a heavy bet, but I do think Javonte Williams is in a tier with Najee Harris and Travis Etienne right now. Like, I've got them all in the same tier. I don't know why I would prefer one over the other at this point. I mean, Williams was drafted a little later, but I'm not that worried about it. In fact, it's kind of exciting. I also, seriously, like, it's been a while since the name occurred to me, but Ramondre Stevenson going to the Patriots just feels like LeGarrette Blount. It feels like and he had upside. So I actually kind of like that here in the 4th round for Ramondre Stevenson. He just, read my notes, read my ranking of him pre-draft, where I put a big description of who he is, and he got his shot to play finally at a high-ranked school in the CFB, like in 2020, and the season was shortened, and so he's never had a 700 rushing yard season, but he looked pretty good on the touches he got, and he's in the 4th round here, and that's pretty interesting. Williams went in the 2nd to Denver. I mean, good night, Melvin Gordon, I guess. Melvin Gordon will still be solid, but you got to hope Javonte Williams can take that job. If you think he's good, he should. You know what I mean? Gaskin lives. Yeah, Gaskin was never dead. I mean, everyone's sending me reminders of how much I believe in James Robinson, but the same people do not mention Myles Gaskin. Like, it's certain that an undrafted or lower drafted player gets cooked in the draft. Like, no, it's not. The Jags did it. I get it, but the Jags suck. And to that point, I still strongly believe in James Robinson. I'm not selling. I'll buy if I can, but it is Travis Etienne's job. Like, just in case you need to hear that from, chief undrafted free agents matter. Like, I'm the captain of that boat. I'll own that. It is Etienne's job. It definitely is Etienne's job. Eric Flynn, how you doing, buddy? The Mills QB dude. What are his numbers like, Peter? Oh, yeah, no, don't. I'm not a quarterback fella, but he never stood out to me particularly. I mean, I get it. We all play Superflex these days, but let's see. David Mills, Stanford, Pac-12. He's coming out at 22 years old, which is fine. 3,550 all-purpose yards, apparently. 435. There's not really enough experience there. Like, he's coming out at a decent age, but he's only got 435 pass attempts under his belt. That's one of the things I know to look for. His completion percentage was kind of conference average. It was okay. It was slightly above average based on my hacked version of Frisco Josh's CPO. It's like 2.6 above average. So, I mean, yeah, he was pretty good in the conference he was playing in. What was it, the Pac-12? The Pac-12 has hits. The problem with quarterback is outside the first 15 picks, it's really a shit show. I actually unhid because everyone's having trouble finding it. The draft capital hit tab in the database. It's always been in there, but you can see a stark drop off after pick 32, definitely. But even after pick 12, there's a significant drop off. And Mills going here in the 4th or 5th. Like, I mean, we've had a couple quarterbacks hit from around there, and where I don't really know what works with quarterback outside of completion percentage. It's hard to say. I'm gonna tune in to people that know about quarterbacks to get a good feel for him. I'm just looking for his rushing percentage. That's the other thing. I want to know if he runs. Obviously, it's all we care about anymore, right? Let's see. I mean, 19% of the team's rushing attempts last year. I'm guessing that's the year he actually played as the lead. 3 rushing touchdowns, 37 rushing yards, 30 attempts, 32 the year before. I mean, he's got legs, but, he doesn't look like a rushing quarterback to me either. I don't know. What's the Pac-12 look like when you stack it up? Do I even have that? No, I don't have that because I don't do quarterbacks. That makes sense. Hang on a second. I mean, a man asked me a question. I'm going to do the best job I can answering it. Don't hate me for it, though. Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah. A bunch of junk over here. Let's just look at drafted players. That's an easy way of filtering. Let's see. Joe Burrow had a 78% completion percentage, same conference. Joe Burrow was pretty good. Yeah, his completion percentage. David Mills is 66. Yeah, he's very much. I don't know. Sounds like a roster clogger, but we'll see. Hey, Connor, how you doing? No, we have not covered. Hey, Timothy. No, we have not covered Tylan Wallace or Rashad Bateman yet. I've been kind of waiting for someone to ask me about Bateman. I'm having trouble because the answer to this class is go get Jamar Chase, to be clear. But I kind of like Rashad Bateman just as much. I shouldn't. I definitely should not. But I kind of do. And that's conflicting. Like, I don't see a reason not to like Bateman. Everything I like, Bateman has. I think this might be a DJ Moore, Calvin Ridley kind of situation where DJ Moore has everything I like, but everyone's arguing that Calvin Ridley has more upside, and I don't get it because it's hard to rank with statistics, frankly. I think Jalen Reagor, actually. Jamar Chase has a kind of slightly lower chance to hit because of the nature of the role he'll play. Rashad Bateman's role, it's a lot easier to hit in that category if you're good. Maybe that's the way of thinking of it. So Bateman's floor might be more likely, but Chase has the same upside and is more likely to hit that upside as well of the two. So I don't know. Chase is definitely wide receiver 1, but right now I'm putting them both in the same tier, and I don't think you can change my mind. I really like Bateman. As for Taylor Wallace, I haven't really even got to thinking about ranking him. I don't believe some of these picks, man. This is not how it's meant to go. Which is just every draft, I know. But Taylor Wallace getting drafted in the 4th. I mean, Jalen Darden and Taylor Wallace are the two that I want to bet on in the 4th round. But Jalen Darden got freaking Tampa Bay'd. And, Tampa Bay needs to cool it on just burying players on their depth chart, by the way. And Taylor Wallace went to Baltimore. And while I can believe that Rashad Bateman, might be able to beat expectation in terms of team volume expectations and everything else, like, to me, that makes Taylor Wallace, 3rd, 4th on the depth chart on a team that doesn't throw a lot and probably isn't going to throw much more than 50 more attempts than it did last year. And they've got a tight end. Like, they've got a tight end that can co-op volume as well. So unfortunately, I will draft Taylor Wallace 3rd, 4th round with the understanding he's probably just going to sit on my bench forever, because I don't know what path to success he has there outside of maybe being better than Marcus Brown. And honestly, I mean, that's hard to say. I like Marcus Brown pretty well. I think he's done really well in the NFL. I think Baltimore likes him as well. I don't understand why they took Taylor Wallace. I really don't. Outside of, he's a pretty good player falling to the 4th. Maybe that's it. But yeah, it's kind of tilting. Supposedly he could have been top 10 if he went back to school. That sounds weird. Why wouldn't he go back then? I can't really speak to player decisions. I mean, maybe 2020 was just so like, screw this, I'm out of here. Maybe. And I would say that if he'd stayed in longer, he could definitely have improved his stats. Because that last year was okay. If he did it again, then he'd be looking great. But then he'd be coming out at an older age with experience, which isn't the positive sign we're looking for. Like I say, I'm going to listen to quarterback evaluators on him, but just as a glance, I see a decent last year, but that was 2020. He looks decent for his conference, but it's not normally it. I realize that StreamYard really doesn't give me the function to show you enough of my screen to make it worth it, but I'm trying. What's going on in the NFL right now? I got to keep up with the sheet. Sorry. After Kenny Gainwell, Larry Broom went. Oh, sorry. Larry Boramo. Okay. Boramo to Chicago. Caden Stearns. Safety, no less. Denver. Tony Fields II. Good for him. Going to Cleveland. Right in the draft now. Michael Carter II. Okay. Michael Carter's an interesting one. But again, went to the Jets, man. I'm going to have to learn to get over my hatred of drafting Jets players, I think. Because at these draft costs, they actually might be interesting rookie values. But, I mean, it's not normally it, Offensive tackle. All right, we're up to date. There you go. Darden, yeah, Jesus Christ. Darden, Justin Watson, Tyler Johnson. I mean, Tampa Bay needs to be stopped. You know what I mean? Like, quit it, Bruce Arians. Tyler Johnson with less playing time. Yeah, I really, really thought I'd found something in Tyler Johnson's last year. Like I was, and Jalen Darden's last year. And I guess if they trade away a lot of players that are already much better and highly paid, but I don't think it's going to happen. Wide receivers have a harder time fighting their way up on the depth chart, especially when there's a strong top of the depth chart. Like that's not what Taylor Wallace, Tyler, Tyrell Williams, and Cameron Meredith and Adam Thielen faced. It's almost too much to overcome. I mean, Darnell Mooney, like that's the toughest depth chart I've ever seen him fight out of. So yeah, I mean the NFL is just killing my favorite players, but there it is. That's what they do. It's what they do. Also having a hard time. Like I want Elijah Moore to be 3. Like I think Elijah Moore's 3 for me. Then Smith, then Rondell Moore, and none of that feels good. Like I want them all ranked higher, and I can't have them all higher. You know? I think that's the way I'm going, though. Taylor Morris, Jalen Waddle. I mean, this is where after those guys, after Moore, Smith, and the other Moore, it's just the players I don't like that got drafted pretty high. I got to respect the capital. You know, Tony. Who else was it? Marshall eventually went. Jalen Waddle went in the first, I think. Terrace Atwell, I can't even bring myself to rank him right now. I know, right? Seth Williams is just out there. I mean, hopefully fucking Baltimore or Tampa Bay don't stack him on their practice squad. That's all I'm hoping. I'd take anything else but that. At this point. Put some music on. Oh, sorry, I've forgotten being. I could have been putting your comments up there. Apologies. All right. Let me jump in some DMs here. God. Everyone seems hungover from the draft. I'm like, guys, it's not over. Like, this is when all the fun happens. All the lower drafted players are right now. You're missing it. You're missing the fun. I think it crashed again. I mean, I guess I gotta have Terrace Atwell top of my third tier, right? I guess that would make him 6. And then Marshall at 7, just for the haters. Waddle. Like I really do like Waddle more than Terrace Marshall, to be honest with you. But let's do that. He got more draft capital. That'll add up. Who else went? Kadarius Toney. Yeah, you kind of got to fit him in there now. Swartz. We got to talk about Anthony Swartz at some point. I think he was slightly overhyped by some and mostly unnoticed by others like me. I mostly didn't talk about him. Dimey Bram, where did he end up going? I really do feel like I should be higher on Dimey, but everyone jumped out to such a high degree on him. I just kind of... It's like, man, I love players that break out of the 20% threshold too, but not normally more. Went to Washington. I mean, let's just get more Terry McLaurin on our rosters. That's kind of what I think about that. What rank am I on? 11? Yeah, I guess I can put him in there. I mean, I guess it's got to be one above Jalen Darden, yeah. Nico Collins, I see more NFL upside with him than fantasy, but he could easily spike. So you should probably like him more than I'll rank him. He can have a DJ Chark season. I normally don't chase that. And I should. At some point, you got to chase that because you can trade him. You know what? I got to make Connor happy here. He's in my Discord complaining that we don't like Tony nearly enough. I'll put him above Marshall too. How's that, Connor? Is that okay? But at this point, I'm just hating on Marshall because it's fun. He has far more upside. I'm giving him credit for it there. Dammy Brown's probably got more access to opportunity, so I'll put him in the third tier. Damn it. Going down on Taylor Wallace. That's what she said. These are early ranks, guys. Don't jump all up in my DMs over them, okay? Brown, I guess, has to go above Taylor Wallace now. I do not like it. Start off sensible and get crazy later. You know what I mean? I'm taking Elijah Moore first. Hands down. Sorry, should do that properly. Timothy Wong. Which Moore are you taking first? Elijah or Rondell? And yeah, I'm Team Elijah, and I don't like it because Rondell's got the better team, you know. Kadarius Toney, yeah, I'm trying to make you not mad, Connor. It's not working. Kadarius Toenail, yeah, thank you. Get in here, Zach. Seriously, I haven't seen Zach all draft season. He's just been sitting it out. We've got some other wide receivers to add here, actually, now I think about it. Who are those guys we've never heard of before? One of them's from Canada, I know, because Tan is all up in the DM group talking about his maple syrup in his blood and stuff. Tan gets weird. When you're all not around, Tan gets a little, what we call it, medieval. Talking about blood and soil. Okay, so now who do I have to? I'm not ranking Dwayne Eskridge yet. I'm just not. Josh Palmer. Got to come up with a rank for him. Des Fitzpatrick. I don't think I care about that either, but we'll have to investigate. Eric Bonds, okay. You won't get the soccer player reference that comes to mind when I think of the name Barnes, but there is one, just so you know. He was pretty good. Eric Barnes, Jalen Darden, Taylor Wallace, Jacob Harris. I think it's Josh Palmer that Tanho wants us all to know is from Canada. Dwayne Eskridge, Jesus. Daz Newsome doesn't look like he's getting drafted. I doubt I'll rank him. Sage Surratt, Warren Jackson, McLean Mannix, Shea Smith, Murray Rogers, all kind of dead. Whoop Fillmore, DJ Spielman, Anthony Schwartz got drafted. Jonathan Adams, I think he's dead now. Marcus Stevenson, Osborne, Isaiah McCoy is not going to have a look of the undrafted here. Tamarian Terry, interestingly, didn't go anywhere yet. All right, back to recording the draft. See who we got. Chase Bateman, Elijah Moore, Devontae Smith, Rondell Moore. Yeah. I was really hoping the draft separated out these guys a little more, and it did not, really. Jadarius Atwell, Jalen Waddle. You heard me. Kadarius Toney. Good old toenail. Then Terrence Marshall, obviously. Where'd he go? Carolina? Oh, no. Screw this. Dimey's going to Brevin. Washington? Yeah, bring it. And I think we push Terrence Marshall to the 4th. Let's get a little crazy. It's okay. There we go. I think Amon-Ra has to be above Taylor Wallace at this point. Sucks. Nico Collins, where did he go? Houston? No, thank you. Well, this guy's interesting. I heard a few tape evaluations that really loved Emir Marset. I don't know much about him. How many H's do you want in your name here, man? Elder Milk. One of the Vikings, pretty much dead, but he might be a deeper name to watch. People might get excited about him, apparently. One day they'll just release all of this on a spreadsheet and we'll be done with this. One more cornerback for Baltimore. Connor, looking into Warren Sharp's college team metrics, I don't know, maybe we have some significance in predicting college wide receivers. Florida was the second best efficient pass rating in 2020. We're all about efficiency now, Connor. I mean, sure. I mean, not to flex here, but Sharp ain't got nothing on me. But yeah, maybe. I don't even know. Oh, you're talking about Tony again. Of course you are. I'm looking. Calm down, Connor. You only seem to have one recorded year from him. Really, all one result from him. Let's see. SEC East. All right. Sure. Historically, they've been a fairly inefficient wide receiver home. The conference average is around 1.93 yards per team pass attempt, and they average around 1.63 for wide receivers for the number one wide receiver. What was Tony at? I mean, a quick reference is Dominator. So is that 2.4? So yeah, he was playing a little different. I just think efficiency is not what we target. I think that's speaking to more of his playmaking ability and his NFL potential. We're really looking for people that can co-op roles, and I don't think Tony showed the capacity to do that. And he only had one good year, and it was last year. And before that, efficiency didn't exist, which means you're betting on a late career breakout, which is fine. He's got draft capital, you know. Yeah, he didn't crack 1 yard per team pass attempt before his last year. And he's that late career breakout, which again you can bet on. I do. I want to bet on Jalen Darden, but the landing spot's too bad. But do it at cost, you know. And to be fair, you're going to get me able to do that with Tony, because no one, as far as I can tell, likes him, which is normally a good time to like a player. Just looking for the 70 receptions last year and never more than 25 before that. I don't think he was injured a lot, was he? No? Well, yeah. The 2 years that he played is when he had 25 and then 70 receptions. Come on, Tony. Tony the Toenail. Oh, I've got to accept the quarterbacks, that's why. I'm just interested in how much rushing he got. Because there's an interesting kind of wide receiver getting drafted and opportunity right now, which is where they play in the rushing game. 5% last year, or 5% of rushing attempts. 10% of the team's yards. Think Laviska Shenault, think Curtis Patrick, a hybrid role in the NFL. That's how he could perhaps have more value than I can see as well. There you go. I'm trying to be kind to you here, Tony. Working on combining this with college database and running some tests, go for it. But, I mean, hey, do work for us. I appreciate it. I like him more than Terrence Marshall, if that helps. I've got him with Jalen Waddle, who have a similar potential to break out. And Tutu Atwell's only above them because at this point, that's just brand. 120, 240, 59, and 161 rushing yards. I'm guessing that's Toenail. Tony. Yeah, I don't put rushing in the wide receiver tab for obvious reasons. Maybe I should start. Where it is becoming a bit of a feature of some of these players. I've got it in the year tab. You can see their percentages, but not their raw numbers. I think. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, he was efficient at it too, huh? Yeah, I gotta get my Tutu rank in there. But if you're not liking Tony's fine. I just gonna have an issue with it if it's above Chase, Bateman, either of the Moores, or Smith. Like after that, it's pick your favorite. And Tony has efficiency at least in that last year breakout. Good draft capital and a rushing, interesting kind of profile. So I get it. I'm gonna go get me the 140-pound slot wide receiver, I guess. So yeah, I can't tell you you're doing something wrong. Oh, Gray, never heard of him. Tight end at a Duke. No, okay. Just disappointing, Zach. Disappointing. Your kid's manimal. I get it. I need someone to test me. I do. I need. Most of my best takes come from the fires of argument, and I just right now I feel like I'm being all reasonable. I need someone to take strong issue with this stuff or how I feel about players, and then I know who I'm unnaturally high on. Guess we got to make a rookie board at some point, which might be where it gets interesting. I think Brevin Jordan's dropped to tight end 4 for me. It kind of sucks. Yeboah not even drafted? I didn't even notice. That's upsetting. I think Yeboah is an interesting player still. Oh, Trey Sermon's got to come up. Damn. Yeah, let's make him 4. I think Michael Carter's got to go with Chuba now. Oh, where am I going to put Ramondre Stevenson? Good question. At least 7. No, it's going to go higher than that. Oh, actually, what we'll do is we'll put them in the same tier and let Chubba drop to another tier. Etne, Williams, Sermon, tier 2, Gamewell, Carter, tier 3 with Ramondre Stevenson, then Hubbard in a tier by himself in tier 4 right now. That's disappointing for Mr. Hubbard. Derek Forrest. Washington took a wide receiver. I lied, never mind. Okay. You can lie. I don't mind. A fact check. We're good. Well, Washington already took a wide receiver, though. You didn't miss that, right? Just point that one out. Oh, hello. All right, I guess now we're down to 5 people and a broken NFL.com. We should really think about a rookie board. We got enough players to make the first round at least. So Kyle Pitts 101. No. We're doing 1 QB. It's an honest conversation with Kyle Pitts goes 101 this year, but not for me. I don't think. I think we're going to go ahead and take... No, I just going to lead with my best foot right now. Say Chase. Gotta reformat everything here. All right. So, yeah, I think Chase is 101 for me right now. Bateman. Going to go ahead and take Harris next. ETN, I guess. Elijah Moore. Devontae Smith. I mean, there really is no other running back I want, so I'm just going to stick... Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, we're putting Pitts in at 4. You know what? I'm doing something. Screw Travis Etienne. James Robinson hater. There we go. Harris. Pitts, Javonte Williams. No, I don't like the way that looks or feels. We're going to Javonte Williams. Then Pitts. Then Travis Etienne. Yeah. What the hell's going on here? I got so many Javonte Williams in here now. I'm gonna have to start again. All right, so Najee Harris. Genuinely think I prefer Javonte Williams, and it might just be because he's new or newer. Think about that one more. I might just be getting overly swayed because a lot of people really like Williams. That I trust or like listening to, one or the other. Wide receiver, heavy first round, gotta say. Elijah Moore, Smith, Wanda Moore. Can't do it. Can't take Chateris out on round one. Just not doing it. This is going to be a Trace Sermon slipped into the end of the first, isn't it? Kind of a year. I'm tempted to take a quarterback. I mean, there's a really steep drop off here. Yeah. Play it safe, I guess. I mean, seriously, am I seriously thinking about putting Trey Sermon at the end of the first round? Man, this class, man. I guess I'll put him in there for now because honestly, I don't see many other people. Imagine spending capital on getting access to these first round picks. Imagine. Tight ends are meant to be orange, okay. Good old purple unicorns in the first round. All right. It's about my first round. Had Edney been taken by San Francisco, would you have him higher than Najee? No. I mean, for a start, you're assuming I like players landing in San Francisco, which isn't really true. I'm yet to be convinced that Shanahan or anyone connected to his organizations knows what they're doing with scouting. Like they do some weird shit. I don't like players more because they get drafted by them. So no, Edney and Harris, ETN, sorry, and Harris are kind of neck and neck. I'm trusting some film evaluations to put Javonte above Edney right now, but really it's because I'm tilting because of James Robinson. It's probably the truth. Tilting is a thing you do and you don't know you're doing it, so it's hard to know. So no, Harris is my running back one, and I think they both landed in good spots for them, so I don't think it flips the ranks for me. No. I mean, there's no landing spot like the Chiefs this year that could overly have swayed us, I think. I think Steelers is just as fine as the Jags. Steelers have a little bit of an edge, but that's not why I'm ranking one over the other. To recap, right now, I think my top 12 rookies, so I kind of what a first round would look like if it was just me, is Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman, Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, and Kyle Pitts. Surprised myself there. Travis Etienne, surprised myself there too. He seems low. Elijah Moore, Devontae Smith, Rondell Moore, then Trevor Lawrence and Fields because I'm running out of players. And Trey Sermon at the end of the first round. But I don't know. I like anything after Moore, really. I don't like the idea of having to go quarterback. And I especially don't like the idea of trusting Chase Sermon at the end of the first round. Like, no, thank you. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? No? Okay. No 8 people? All right. What am I getting wrong here? What seems overly hot to you? I mean, ETN probably. But I see okay. That's what I see in ETN. He looked decent. Okay, let's do this, actually. And that is probably me tilting a little bit. But if we just do the last 2 classes. Fuck. Yeah, ETN comes out really well. He's like 96 percentile on my post-draft model, which is the same as Najee Harris. He's below Jonathan Taylor, but would be above J.K. Dobbins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Cam Akers. I'm probably a little low. Spencer Brown does not have third-round draft capital. Going to help me out a lot there. Devontae Williams is 85th percentile. Kind of relying on kind of relying a lot on other people's film evaluation there, but I'm more than happy to do that at running back. I mean, 82% of his yards was from the rushing game. That's a hefty and attractive amount coming from the receiving game, like Etney. Gainwell in the 5th to the Eagles is depressing. Isn't it, though? Isn't it, though, Sal? Yes. A lot of this class is just overly depressing. Like, buckle up. You remember the pain. You remember what drafts are actually like. Last year was weird. Last year was weird. We're back to, regularly scheduled programming. I think Michael Kyler might go a little unnoticed there. A whole bunch of picks that don't matter to me. Derek Foster, Jamal Johnson. Good old Sean Davis, who obviously I know very well. Indianapolis just staving off wide receiver. Like, I don't know about that. They have just spent a lot of capital on wide receiver and failed both times. So, is Zach still here? Maybe they just gun shy after failing twice at that position. I really thought Taylor Wallace might end up there, and that would have got me really excited. They took a tight end as well, didn't they? That's interesting. Nate Hobbs. Back-to-back quarterbacks. All right, then. I don't know who Zach Davidson is, to be honest. Bateman at 2 is obviously the spicy take. You think so? I mean, it might be obvious to you. I don't know. Like, I cannot separate him and Chase out very well. I know Chase is different. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I could see how that could be spicy. If I'm taking wide receivers over running backs, and Bateman's getting in there. It's that simple. I don't see Josh Palmer in the database. He went 4th round to the Chargers. I don't know if I have him in the database. I believe he played in Canada. I tell you what, I will attempt to open up the live file here. I tell you what, we can open up this one because I need to update it anyway, which is a version of the raw data. It might crash the stream, just so you know. No, we seem to be okay. Don't panic. Don't panic, Pete. Why is this formula going all the way up here? I don't understand. That's not meant to be the case. Oh, right, that's okay. No, we're good. Sorry, I hate leaving live formulas in databases. It makes me nervous. It's going to screw everything up. Where's draft year? Okay. Fine, 2021. Yeah, we're updating. Okay, so Josh Palmer. Yeah, I might actually have data on him, so I can add his date of birth and stuff and get him in there. Yeah, I got him. He's not in there now, but he'll be in there in the next update. Played for Tennessee. Is that the same guy? Let me just check it's the same guy, and then I can tell you about him. Josh Palmer. Yeah, I've got him playing as Tennessee. Third round. We sure that's the same guy? Because I've had a Spencer Brown incident already this draft. Okay, if you check the by year tab, you should be able to find them then. It just won't have his age in there. He played in Tennessee. Okay. So I'm going to have to find his date of birth. There it is. Oh, it's crashing on me. Nice. Yeah, so if you check out this by year tab in the database, he's in here. I just don't have his ages in there yet. Let's see. Last 2 years, 1.5 yards per team pass attempt, 1.67, 1.63 before that. Don't know what to tell you about that. It's okay. It's good for general wide receiver in college. It's not exceptional. Broke out his last year at 25% dominator. He's going to look bad. He's going to look bad no matter how old he is. Looking bad is different than being bad. Just throw that out there. But no. Tennessee in the SEC. No. I mean, Tennessee's got middling stats. To be below average on Tennessee means you're just below average. I'm not. No. I'm pretty sure Tannehill said the Josh Palmer guy is the one who played in college in Canada for a while. So it could just be a slower development for that reason. Chase Claypool reasoning. But 1-to-1, he looks bad, man. Looks bad. Just checking I'm still live because my computer's making noise. It's really grinding right now. Yeah, we're good. Bring that over here. Birth, specific date. Well, technically, he played at 17 this first year. Good as it could be. It's just based before you get confused by that. It's just where I put the date. I create everyone's age around. It's just a little too early for his birthday. He probably wasn't 17 when he actually played. He's as young as he could be after playing 4 years. That's what I'll tell you. Looking for the decimal breakout age column because I'm going to add that in too if I'm going to add him to the main database, which I will. Should be over here somewhere. It's not. Oh, there it is. He was almost so very close to being 18 that first year. I miss my haptic keys, man. So many extra buttons now. And Josh Palmer in the next update. You can still see him in the yearly tab for now. And obviously I'll update it after all the draft picks are in as well. Normally this particular version of the base data that I use is doesn't have live formulas in it, so I'm just kind of highlighting the ones that have live formulas in it so I don't forget. It's just going to make it a little quicker to update since there are already a lot of steps to go through. I'm having it look up this sheet, which you saw earlier, where I'm manually inputting the draft capital and landing spot. Actually, landing spot should be updating as well. Yeah, it is. I like that too. Just so I don't forget where it is. Because I want to turn them into just information instead of formulas once all the draft is through with. And then I'll upload this into the main data source, and then from there I make a copy of it for you all and remove all my crappy notations. And we'll have an update. Saved. Gotcha. All right. Where are we at in the 5th round here? We're finished yet? Nearly. No problem, sir. I hate my opinion to every question about a player we've never heard of being nah. But I mean, there's a reason. Normally, there's a reason I didn't mention them. You know, there's a few that snuck through. But I think it's a reach. Apparently, it's based on the Senior Bowl and whatnot, and a picture of him without his shirt on. I honestly think they're trying to draft the next Chase Claypool. That'd be my guess. Now that's it. But you know, that's just playing the odds. Travis May, by the way, is doing his yearly "Who Would You Draft 101, 102" polls. You should really all go check it out. I'm putting the link in the chat. Get as many votes on there as we can. We can get some kind of idea of ADP. And he's upset because Kyle Pitts is coming down to the wire that he'd been the 101. John Bosch is all about drafting Kyle Pitts 101. I don't understand it. People really arguing over it. Hey, look, this Pahowdy guy put a fun little tweet in the chat. Someone should really check that out. John just likes value. It's that simple. Oh, please go away, little video. I'm not. I just no. Cannot take Pitts over Harris or Chase. Where did we put him eventually? Fourth, fifth? First thoughts? I mean, I get it, but I don't get betting that other people are going to make a mistake by potentially making a mistake. Yeah, they're all mistakes. They're rookies. We should really just trade out, I guess. The other thing. We're into the IDP section of the draft again, I see. A lot of those this year. Yeah, I got him fifth. All right. Hey, John, how you doing? Top four in the rookie draft right now. Chase, Bateman, Harris, and honestly, I've got Javonte Williams right now. And yeah, Pitts belongs in that conversation. Come on, LFL. Catch up. Top three seems easy. 4 is hard for me. Bateman at 2, even to the Ravens. Yeah, you see, I think Sal's already pointed that out. That's going to be the hotness of my top 5, apparently. I really thought it would be having Pitts this low, and this is still fluid. I can change it. But, yeah, I can't see a great reason not to like Bateman. I like him slightly less than Chase. I think that's fair. But, I mean, Elijah Moore and Devontae Smith. Those will be your choices, right? I don't see those as wildly better landing spots for fantasy outcomes. And I like Rashad Bateman a lot more. So let's see. Smith went to Philadelphia. I mean, it's a better team. I'm not exactly sure they're going to win more. The volume will be higher, sure, but they also has a lot more competition for those targets. Then you've got Elijah Moore going to the Jets. Again, there's potentially more volume there, but not significantly more than, well, everything's significantly more than Baltimore, but not horrendously. And New York wasn't throwing a whole bunch last year because they sucked. And it's also a bad team. So, yeah, I could see Smith. I could see Elijah Moore above Bateman, but the weight of the player evaluation just puts Bateman up there for me. Hang on. No, that's the other one. What was that volume? I've lost track of it. It's something I got to get into after this year, after this draft finishes. And I've been working on exactly that off stream. All right, here we go. So the New York Jets passed 499 times last year, for example, which is about 100 more times than Baltimore. But based on any kind of reasonable expectation around the head coach or the team's tendencies, using regression, Baltimore should bounce up anywhere from like 140 to 166. And New York should go to around 514, assuming regression to the average is real. And that's just through the team's average, to be fair. I mean, I don't know how much I weight 50 extra passes on New York Jets versus 50 fewer like Baltimore's passes are better. They're higher quality. You know what I mean? As for Philadelphia, yeah, they have a significantly higher passing offense. They threw 599 times this year, and any kind of reasonable expectation should keep them around 600 attempts. So I could see it for Smith, maybe Smith. But I like Elijah Moore and Rashad Bateman more than Smith. So weighting that all together is tricky. But yeah, I'd have a hard time getting Bateman at my top 4 or 5. I mean, if I only get floor and, there was ceiling available with Smith or Moore and I took Bateman over them, I mean, I just have to live with it. Normally you should be tracking ceiling, but here's the thing. If I'm going for a wide receiver in this draft, I'm tracking for Jamar Chase. That's my ceiling. I think Bateman has a ceiling too. Like, I don't think it's outside of the range of possibilities that Baltimore pass a little bit more than 466 times, or he co-ops, 100 targets out of that. He'd be in the range of a 28% share of the team's receptions or targets. That's really high. I mean, that's the point. That's the problem with Baltimore. And especially in his rookie year, I don't need him to do that. But could he get there with Marcus Brown being good and Andrews being good and Lamar Jackson being a proficiently efficient passer and just 50 more pass attempts? There's a lot of what ifs there. But yeah, he could. I mean, you have to throw a string of what ifs together for Smith and Elijah Moore as well. And at least I think the one solid there is that Baltimore is a good team. The quality of the targets is high. The quality of the offense is high. I can't say that for sure about Philadelphia, and I won't say that about New York until I see something better. I mean, I get it. But like at the end of the day, I go all in hard for my players. And I like Smith. I really like Elijah Moore. And I really like Bateman. And like, I'm going hard in the paint for Bateman much more than the team. I take the miss. Bateman below the RBs with round 1 capital is going to be uncommon to see. You mean, might be right, but you were in the minority. I don't have him below the running backs, so. Do you mean it's going to be more common to take the running backs over Bateman? No. I trade up. I'm going to go get Chase. If I'm trading, it's either to get last year's players or it's to get Chase. Like that, those are the players that come up. If you really want to target running backs, I'm fine with going and getting Etnay, Williams, or Harris as well. If you're looking for value, I mean, there's all the value arguments in the world for Pitts. That's great. But if I'm looking for ceiling from a player that I think is exceptional in this class, it's Jamar Chase. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing. And if I can't get Chase, I'd be happy to get Bateman a little later. Remember, just because I have him there doesn't mean that's where I have to draft him. That's a weird thing about a rookie board. Like you could trade back, I guess. But if I have the 102, I don't necessarily have to get Bateman. I can trade up into getting Elijah Moore or Devontae Smith with my second round pick. I really got to stand in a hill with my first round pick. I get it. I would take Bateman over Harris and Williams. But I'm also probably going to be trying to trade up for those guys from beneath. That's just too much capital spent on rookies, I guess. The reasoning doesn't work too much. If I'm sitting at the 102, yeah, it's a debate for me. Bateman, Harris, and Williams. And the proper answer is probably those running backs. Yeah, but I'm not trying to predict ADP here. It's just how much I like players. Yeah, I figured. Thanks, Sam. New York is a real wild card. Yeah, I mean, it really could be. There's a changing coaching staff. I don't know much about those coaches, but they're not Gase. The rot seems to be deeper in New York, though. I'm gonna need to convince myself in New York some point this year because too many interesting players went there in this draft. But that team didn't just need offensive players, and I worry they haven't done enough to fix the rest of the team. And this is actually a sign that the coaching tree is still bad there. Williams over Etnay. Yeah, I think that's going to be slightly hot, but I'm fine with that. I think plenty of people will be there. And that's partly, like I said at the time, I got a James Robinson bias going on. I get it. Lance ahead of Fields, really? Yeah, I could see that actually. Now you say it, I'm staunch on it. Like I have no fear. I have Fields ahead of Lance. I don't know why Shanahan. When's that worked for you? I mean, good offenses and Julio. I mean, when's the last time his player evaluation worked out for us? I think Trey Lance can still be good, but I think Fields is just better. And I don't mind where Fields went. I think he's going to be good there. So why would I go all in on the Shanahan significantly above? Trading Rager for Bateman. It's a difficult question, actually. Because Rager's actually fallen in value. He's like 94% of the players that do that actually bust. Rager has more of the ceiling that we talk about with Chase, though. Or you could talk about with Smith and Rondell Moore. So technically, if he was in this draft class, I probably would have Rager over Bateman. I don't know that's a fair question value-wise. I think Rager's value below wherever Bateman's going to go. Would I trade Rager? Would I trade someone Bateman for Rager plus? Yes. But I'd need the plus because at this point, it's good to fade second-year players that kind of face plant as a theory. See how this feels. So if a rookie board is meant to be, who you would take instead of who you prefer, I can rejiggle it that way. I was just thinking of players that I like. I'm just not taking carpets. Yeah, the way I work with capital though is it's good or it's bad. I mean, 10 spots, 15 spots higher doesn't matter to me so much, especially at running back. Cornell Powell? No. I mean, maybe. I have no interest. And the Chiefs have legitimately no interest in. They want talent at wide receiver, but they've got no interest in Travis Kelce not being the lead receiver on that team. It's pretty clear from the way they draft him. Even Tyreek Hill isn't a consistent volume type player. Where did I leave off? KJ Britt. Cameron Magoon. I'm leaving my rookie board alone for a second. I'm going to think about it a little bit more. Normally, it's just the way I did it was just players I like and how much I like them. But if we're thinking who I'd literally take, it's a different question. A less fun question. Down through him, rookie drafts is trade back. To me, it's just trade out. That's what I was trying to say earlier. I don't want to trade back in rookie drafts. I either want to trade out of it or I want to trade up or I want to take my pick. That's. I'm at round 6. I'm ready for you yet. Powell is a Clemson wide receiver. Well, yeah, exactly. Who looks great in shorts, so people will overdraft him. I bet his ADP is early 3rd round. Yeah. Sucks. No, I won't draft him anyway. Well, I mean, he could end up on a roster, but I do not think he'll be in. No one interested in Simi? Dallas Cowboys? How would they even bother? It's a special teams pick, to be fair. Compensatory. Yeah, these names are just testing me at this point. Draft another fullback. Look at that. A lot of compensatory 5th-round picks, huh? All right, rookie board. So I guess that would be the sensible take. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I'm reading a debate going back and forth between two friends about Kyle Pitts, and it's kind of interesting. Interesting. That board looks solid. Yeah, I hate it though. See, this is a board where, like, and obviously I would trade back to get Bateman, but like I don't want to trade back. I want to trade fucking out. if I don't like a player well enough to go to draft him, then I just want out. I'll trade up to get a player, but trading down in a rookie draft just feels like so much hoping you don't lose, which is why I want to kind of move him up over here. I like it better. I'm sorry. I like it better. Would I take Bateman when Pitts and Etienne are still on the board? No, these are kind of neck and neck. I've got no justification not for not liking Etienne is the problem here. My own damn database tells me to like him. That looks better to you? Yeah, it seems so fucking reasonable and boring though. Which is fine. But I don't know. See what I mean about Base and Shaman? I mean, where are they? Like, here it is. Bateman's slightly more likely to have a top 24 season and slightly less likely to have a top 5 season. That's the way I'm feeling about them. That almost describes it perfectly. Just my thought. Oh, it's appreciated, John. I really do appreciate it. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm tilting. Yeah, this is a Justin Jefferson. I'm having to push him down because he's a wide receiver. Screw you, you know. I mean, I know exactly how rare Justin Jefferson's year one is. It just feels bad, man. On the Ravens. Pitts on the Falcons. And Pitts is a pure value pick for me. Like, that's why he's being considered up here. And as long as he's being considered up here, you got to consider him up there because other people are going to be willing to pay for it. Like, I'm not sure I'm interested in Travis Kelce if I know you're Travis Kelce, you know? Not with such other upside on the board. But I get it. I can see why you're struggling with that 4 spot, by the way. My cockiness, I was like, it's so easy, though. It's going to take out this formatting. It's not formatting that actually exists in Google Sheets. It's just a holdover from when it was in an Excel sheet. Just moves around too much, too. All right. See, this thing says Harris, Pitts, Etney. Lawrence. I mean, if we're ranking for upside, Harris, Pitts, Etney, Lawrence, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Jamar Chase. So take out the quarterbacks. Harris, Pitts, Etney. Actually, I kind of like this. This is hotness. Hang on. Chase, Etney, Bateman. Chase, Bateman. Where's Williams? Wow, look at that. Why, oh why is Trey Sermon higher? He's got better breakout ages. Okay. All right, we're just going to full on disagree right there. Positional value, okay. Lawrence is a weird looking fella, huh? For a very handsome man, he's a weird looking fella. 2-2s and 1. That's what I'm struggling with over here. I think that's why my brain's frazzling. I'm like, where's Titarius? Where's Mr. Atwell? Thank you. That's even better, I think. Yeah, I think it's a year where it's going to be hard to go in on value, you know? Like, it's not like I just want to be part of the conversation, but like to actually get some game theory going in rookie drafts will be interesting this year. But this isn't like I'm not taking Kyle Pitts over Chase. So now what is my rookie board? You know what I mean? It feels sharper as a board. I might have to address the question of why I don't like Edney as much as I should. I've been kind of skimming around it this whole off season. Yeah, I like him, but less than Harris. Why? It's honestly, it's this kind of look. I don't know if you can see that. Like when was? Why would I like Edney more? Best season, Harris wins. Last season, Harris wins. Average, Etne wins. And I'm not interested in the average running back. I'm interested in the best, or at least the last. Sorry, I got 2020 class in here as well. And that was yards per team attempt, by the way. Sorry, I didn't highlight it. Harris is just a different kind of animal. And Javonte Williams, kind of the same thing. Yeah, I should probably like fucking Etne over Williams, but I think Etne was just a little more pass reliant, which isn't bad, obviously. Nope, that doesn't work out either. Yeah. I meant to like Etne more. Why don't I, though? I mean, why don't I? Just a scuttlebutt? I'm fine with Pitts at 2, but I would take Chase over him. I just would. Honestly, I take these 2 running backs over him too. Personally, right now, if the draft was now and I was at 103, I don't know I would take Kyle Pitts. I'm disagreeing with my own game theory. Someone help. Harris, Etne, Chase. Yeah, I think that would be a sensible ranking. I like Chase a lot. Like, this is a CD Lamb thing from last year, actually, not Justin Jefferson. Chase has the profile of CD Lamb. Only CD Lamb played that 3rd year. And I get right now it feels like, well, CD Lamb didn't hit that hard. Like, I'm pretty high on CD Lamb. Positional value's a bitch, and you're right. The reason Pitts is slightly winning out over running backs right now is I'm allowing myself to think of John Bosch. And John Bosch talking about the locked-in value and how he's definitely going to maintain or increase in value. Like, he barely has to do anything. I mean, would you trade... I don't know. Travis Etienne has a great season, but it's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's consistent throughout the year, and it's top 24, and there are games where he really goes off. And Pitts has, top 12 season at tight end. Who do you think's more valuable? Like Evan Ingram year 1 versus Clyde Edwards-Helaire year 1. I think Evan Ingram wins that. And that's, I think John Bosch's argument. I think he's going to be J-Rock. J-Rock 17. You don't think Jalen Waddle is a first-round pick in a rookie draft? I think he's going to be. That's the thing. I'm trying to create my top 12 rookies, how I would draft them, but that isn't how I have to draft them when you apply ADP and who's in your league. I personally am not particularly high on Jalen Waddle. I like him a lot more than some people might think I like him. But yeah, I've got Chaterius Atwell over him, but that's just for me. Ignore that. I've got him as like wide receiver 6-ish because of his draft capital, and he showed there were some significant heights on that profile. I think he might be more of an NFL player than he is a fantasy player, which I know is going to be a real common thing to say this year, but like I think he's going to make amazing plays sometimes and never co-opt the volume, which creates fantasy relevant receivers. It's going to be a game here, a game there, a play making, a play there, a play over there, play here, play there. I've got to stop trying to say that. So yeah, same with Kadarius Toney. I get it. I see the upside in their profiles. It's just typically not what I'm searching for. I think their upside is significantly less likely than the upside I typically chase. The upside I'm chasing in this class would be Jamar Chase. I think Bateman has it, and his floor is a lot more likely. And I think he has same. I know that's where everyone's going to disagree with me on Bateman. I think Elijah Moore and Bateman have significant upside. And people are going to think that really Devontae Smith has it and really Jalen Waddle has it. I think they have that upside too. That's where I'm disagreeing. But yeah, Jalen Waddle's worth a first-round pick if you like him. If the opinions you listen to in the process you go through likes Jalen Waddle, I'm not mad at it. It's just that's what I think. They didn't play enough in college for me to really hate someone doing it, to be clear. But they're not playing enough isn't a reason to like them anymore for me. It's weird because I think if you were talking in the next year, Williams and Etne will have more value, but I think in 2 years from now and the long term, Pitts will have more value. Yeah, that's another good point about Pitts. I mean, if he's good, his career is longer than all of these players. That's tight end. But here's the thing, the receiving tight ends, and that's a bracket he fits in. It's Jordan Reed. It's Evan Ingram. Like there's not a lot of receiving tight ends that fulfill the length of a tight end's value. That's more the bigger bodied guys. That's Travis Kelce. He's a bigger bodied receiving tight end, but he's bigger. Even Jimmy Graham was bigger. He was purely receiving tight end. That's true. That could be the positive there, but I mean, tight end's weird, man. And Jimmy Graham was a lot bigger. He was huge. He crossed the thresholds. The players that are receiving tight ends that don't as well that Pitts would compare to are actually shorter career players. But I think that's a very clear way of thinking of it, crossover. Yeah. Hey, Felix, what's up? Not much. Just trying to figure out top 12 rookies. I thought it was easy, and then people started asking questions, and now I'm all in a tizzy. I'm having trouble believing my own game theory, or even remembering what my game theory is. And I'm tilting. I'm tilting live. How about you? Peter, you got to move move in Rondo more. I know you love Rondo. I do. And he's going to a good offense with super high pace. That's a good point, too. And I have him here. He's here, but I'm still struggling with the first four right now. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. We were trying to just go pure game three and look at likelihood of, upside outcomes. Okay, let's just take everyone back off the board. And we'll start again. I really don't like having Trey Sermon on this list, by the way. All right. Try it another way. I want Jamar Chase. I'm comfortable taking him over the running backs because screw you. And then game theory? Kyle Pitts. Running back value. I love Rashad Bateman. It got tough again right there. Oh, man. Can tell us what you like about Williams' profile. Javonte Williams, sure. We're just going over it, actually. I was trying to figure out why I like Williams more than Etne, and it might just be a James Robinson bias, to be honest with you. Typically, I profile through the best year of running backs. Najee Harris, that's why he's clearly different for me in adjusted yards per team attempt, which isn't adjusted, it's weighted to the receiving game. Harris has the best season. I'm not at all concerned that it happened later in his career than most running backs declare for the NFL, or the fact that he's older, because I really only need him for 2 years. And so Harris wins out. Etne is second on any list I care to make, and yet I keep looking with a longing eye at Javonte Williams. And I think it's because I've heard a lot of people that watch the tape, and there's always advantage to listening or watching the tape or watching how they play. There just is. And I don't have access to it. And I think a lot of people that I trust tell me that Williams is really good. And the difference between Williams and Etne is marginal in terms of production. Etne is right on the average for hits. Javonte Williams is 0.1 below it in yards per team attempt in his best year. That's not big enough. And people like Zach Reed from the Dynasty Dummies just full on love at Javonte Williams. And so in the balance, I'm trusting their evaluation a little bit. But Etne clearly wins out statistically, marginally, extremely marginally, 2.5 versus 2.4 over Williams. But, Kenny Gainwell actually had the best single year, which is why, he became a sleeper. Chuba Hubbard was actually really good in his year too, but we all know what we've done with that conversation, and now he's Christian McCaffrey's backup, so he gets out of the conversation. I like Michael Carter a lot as well, and this is primarily why. So yeah, Williams is a little bit of a harder read. But I had trouble separating out these two, and those that watch the tape say Williams. To me, anyway, that's what I've heard. Hope that does it for you. Felix, low laugh, I see. Yeah, I'm working out my own rankings, and I got Rondo at 3, wide receiver 3. Can't tell if I'm crazy, but when you project out the targets, the upside is there. I haven't got to there yet, so maybe that's why I'm not quite so high. Let me see. I'll tell you what I think of the target so far. How's that? So, what am I looking at? Rondo went to Arizona. There's so much competition there, dude. But let's see. Arizona. I know I've got him factoring in regression right now. I've got their projection around 540 targets. I can't remember the coach. It's not Hugh Jackson, that's for sure. Where is he? Oh, there he is, Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, and between 540 and 563 is about where I'm at with Arizona targets right now. I mean, that's good. But DeAndre Hopkins sucks a lot of the air out that room. I don't think Christian Kirk literally dies on the vine. Obviously, his fantasy hopes somewhat dwindle now. I like Rondell Moore a lot. So you're right. I've tried to get a lot more realistic in my rankings over the years, and that's what's difficult too. Like, I'd love to push Rondell Moore over here because of his breakout age, but honestly, it's tough when you're being honest with yourself, man. Like, I don't. I could see Rondell Moore over Elijah Moore because Rondell similar target projections, and then you've got a better offense. I get you. I get it. I can't decide on anything in this class. I was feeling pretty comfortable, and all of your reasonable, sensible questions would just throw me for a loop. All right, back up and turn some music on. Sorry, I'm reading Twitter notifications. Okay. All right, I'm taking Chase. Harris, his best year is just phenomenal. I have these two back to back. Who would I draft? That's the question. And I draft Williams, and then I draft Etney, and then I draft Pitts. Well, that happened quick, huh? I draft Pitts. That's difficult, but maybe, yeah. I think we're going back to our original board here, guys. Who would I then draft? Rondell Smith, Elijah, and Bateman. I mean, yeah, I'd take Bateman. More. I want to like Smith, but I'm putting him below Rondell Moore because someone just shamed me about my Rondell Moore like. This is bad game theory, but probably more honest to how I feel about how I draft him. Chase, Harris, Williams, Etney, kind of neck and neck there too. Pitts, I would hate it, but let's try and let it sink in. Rashad Bateman, Elijah Moore, Rondell Moore, Devontae Smith, Lawrence Field, Sermon. I hate it. I hate that. I hate that ranking. I hate it. I hate it. I just want to push. I love all the things people are betting against with Bateman. I love that they're betting on his size. I love that they're betting on his landing spot as if we know anything about that. Or as if we ever get that right. Sorry, we do know something about it. I just kind of love betting against the market that way. Son of Elijah Moore, man. It seems too low to be on him. I'm not going to throw running back in a weak running back class. You know what I mean? It's the year of the wide receiver, damn it. We've really talked ourselves into the fact that Kyle Pitts did something phenomenal in college. I mean, it was good. It's the year of the wide receiver. Screw this. There. Elijah Mitchell just went to the 49ers. Mostert, Wilson, Gorman, Sermon, Mitchell, Gross. Yep. Oh, yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the draft. Sorry. We're still in round 6. That's positive for me. Did I get to? Ben Mason. Oh, the very start of the 6th. Okay. 185. Safety to the New York Jets. Frank. Hobby. Oh, another wide receiver I've got a rank that I have no interest in. Nice. These are all, to be clear, round 5, 6, and 7, teams are mostly thinking special teams when they draft skill position players down here. The safety. Philadelphia. Deontay Brown. Oh. Yeah, there's Eli Mitchell. There he goes. Huh? San Francisco. Oh, rest in peace. Gary Brightwell. There's a running back I've never heard of. I don't want to have to find out about. I read that as Larry Roundtree. Oh, it is Larry Roundtree. Look at that. That has an excellent name, sir. Running back too. Okay. Enjoyable. I missed some. Shit. No, I didn't. I'm up to date. All right. Chargers took an RB, kind of interesting. Yeah, Larry Roundtree. Who's Larry Roundtree? You know what I mean? Larry Roundtree the third, coming out of Missouri, the SEC East. Missouri. No. 1.55 yards per team attempt. I had 76% of the team's rushing yards last year, so he was the guy last year. 63% of the team's rushing attempts. Playing 10 games. He ranked number 2 in the conference, the SEC East. That's notable. He was above the team's average last year and above the conference's average last year in yards per team attempt. It's interesting. Not much of a receiver. 4% of the receptions. And that's the only time he's really had receptions. 20 points per game, though. I mean, yeah. Someone I'll have to add. Yeah, interesting's the right word, not overly high on him. I think that's good news for Austin Eckler broadly. All right, back to this. Where did Williams go again? Pittsburgh. I'm happy to see Elijah Mitchell land somewhere, but that's not great. Oh, Williams landed in Denver. That's right. Yeah. You know, if they get Aaron Rodgers, good night. You know. I'll just try every order until one sticks. That's my plan. I don't know. All right, what's Gabe Geering again? Harris Pitts Edney, which will switch out for Williams. Lawrence and Chase Bateman. Smith. Damn it. I love Elijah Moore, man. Just can't do it. All right, let's get sharp on this. Sometimes it'd just be easier to have a model that you trust and you're just like, just do what it says. Someone beeped. Harris, Pitts, Etney, Lawrence is an interesting one, followed by Chase, Bateman, Smith, Williams, Moore. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. 1 second. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to have to get out of here in a second, but let's finish this up. Okay. Bateman, Smith, Moore. Yeah, no, they're kind of back to back to me. All right, I think we're there for now. Doesn't feel quite sharp enough, and I want to work on it a little bit more, but I made it up. Chase, Harris, Pitts, Williams, Etney, Bateman, Smith, Moore, Rondell, then Elijah. I even hate saying that. No, I'm moving Elijah Moore up behind Bateman. I don't care anymore. Yeah, then Smith and Moore. 2 quarterbacks, and I guess Trey Sermon to finish it up, but I really don't like him being up that high. All right, let's finish up this. Oh, there you go. Chris Evans. AGQ will be happy. Hello? Went to Baltimore. Oh, death of Chris Evans. A lot of players down on the field today. No interest in Marcus Stevenson. You're wondering. Just gross. She Smith, finally. The question everyone needed answered. Wish you well, sir. All right, I think that wraps it up for me for streaming for the day. Do some more draft reactions when I finally lock in my my rookie board there. Pay attention to the sheets. I'm gonna be fiddling with that shit for the next few days, and then start working on projections on Monday. So, yep, this is where I'm at right now. Chase Harris, Pitts, then Javonte Williams over Travis Etienne because I hate Travis Etienne apparently because of James Robinson. And I'm desperately trying to work Rashad Bateman back into my top 4. That's my goal today, I guess. Appreciate everyone checking it out and the conversation. I'll be around, more streaming, especially come Monday, hopefully, and more draft to come. The interesting part's just about to come. We get to see everyone that's going to be, undrafted, because those are the players we care about the most. Appreciate you all. Thanks very much. Hope you have a good day. And I didn't even put up my banner. Look at that. All right. See you later. Bye.